Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Okay, we've got quite a cool video here. So we've got community weeks kicking off on the 8th of April. I've got all of the information, including a free legendary champion. What does that look like? A free relic that we get to choose in terms of a vote. And some other stuff as well, which is going on. So let's jump in. I've got a bunch of extra information here. So basically, as of the 8th of April, right the way through to May 9th, it's kind of like this Community Weeks celebration. Basically, it's a continuation of last year's event. If you remember last year, we got to choose the skills for Wixwell, which actually, I think, turned out to be pretty fun. Pretty cool idea. And there was also a whole bunch of like community awards and that type of stuff. So I guess we're going in a similar vein this time around. It says here, we've got a new reward calendar feature, which you can see a little thumbnail of here. We'll talk through that. We have got the ability to vote for your own relic. We'll go through these relics as well, and I'll give my view. We've got a free legendary champion, which you can earn throughout April into May, and then there's some surprise stuff as well. As it says here, there's going to be a trivia dungeon game show, game show starring our very own content creators, which sounds cool. So on April the 8th, we get the relic vote kicking off. So 8th until the 3rd of May. Oh, okay, so it's literally most of the event. You'll be able to kind of cast your vote on which relic you think is right. Let's check out the relics. Let's have a quick look at what that is all about. Yeah, so players will see a voting menu in the reward calendar window before the rewarding phase is activated. So you have the kind of like 4 different ones, and you'll see how people are voting. I hope they don't show this before you get to cast your vote, because a lot of times that just pushes people to follow the crowd rather than make a decision. When players tap the voting button, the voting interface will open. You'll see the 4 relics. Players can view the voting rules, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all kind of boring stuff. That's fine. Let's have a look at the actual relics. So relics to vote for. Door Crescent. And by the way, relics, I don't know how you're feeling about them. They're pretty strong. A lot of them are very strong. A lot of them make a big difference to builds. Not just in terms of what they do, but also the stats that they gain or grant you are particularly important as well. So Door Crescent here, whereas next attack after killing an enemy deals 20% more damage, and you get attack, crit damage, and speed. Wand of Submission, whereas got a 25% chance to reflect some control debuffs back at the producer, including cheap actually. This is kind of like 25. I wonder, I think these ones are already in game, right? So yeah, I was just doing a little digging actually. So, I mean, looking at these, I went and checked out Nubs' kind of like tier list of how he feels about different relics. And the Wand of Submission is definitely the one that he rates highest out of the ones that are on here, which is interesting. So that's the only one that he's kind of got in the S tier. He's got this one in A tier. He's got this one in B tier. This one I think didn't exist when he did that rating, but it's very Hydra specific. So single target attacks deal 5% more damage for each exposed neck in the battle for Hydra. So you can get up to 20% more damage. It feels like the Wand of Submission is very much a PvP one and very anti-Armands, you know, in terms of the various sheeps and stuns and that you got coming at you. And the Door Crescent one is kind of like the damage one for general content. I feel like the Wand is probably going to be the one that most people go for, but again, do your own thing. Decide what you think is going to be best for you. So relic vote coming in. We've got the reward calendar. So within the reward calendar, every day you would get a login reward. If you miss a day, you literally miss that day's reward. And there will be the fragments for the free legendary in there, as well as, I believe, fragments for the relic. Or maybe it's just general relics, actually. No, maybe it's just general relics. So let me just check the info on that. Yeah, so the calendar consists of 25 slots, each containing a reward and a greeting. The reward is hidden until you activate the slot. Players can miss a reward if they don't log in on the day. Players can still claim guaranteed rewards, such as champion fragments and relic, between the 5th of May and the 9th of May, even if they didn't log in during this reward calendar. So if you miss fragments, there is a way to still get them. The final main reward of the calendar will be determined by community vote, which is the relic, and it becomes the ultimate prize. So yeah, ultimately it's a good way to get people logging in, I guess, for this month, and make sure that you've got a bunch of people still playing your game. So the other thing we got here is the free champion, which is the legendary here. Let's take a quick look at BLUESTACKS, Artor, Looks a bit like Ashbringer, actually. He's got his triple balls to smash people with. Looking pretty fierce. Okay. Looks kind of cool. So I love in the little description of him here, it says here, BLUESTACKS Arthur is a brand new champion whose fragments will be scattered throughout reward calendar. Guaranteed reward, meaning if you miss a reward day of his fragments, you'll still be able to get them between the 5th and the 9th. Sacred Order, legendary support from Spirit. Then they go on to say, Arthur is a decent support. I don't know if that fills me with glee or like decent. Like, is it good or bad? He's all about supporting your team. Okay, so what's going on? Sensor Well here. Attacks all enemies. Heals all allies by 5% of this champion's max HP. 5%. So let's say you get them up to 100k. You got like a 5k heal popping off for your team. It's probably actually pretty significant. Places increase attack and strengthen on all allies for 2 turns, and then a mini turn meter fill, 15%er. Can book it to a 3-turn. Strengthen, decent. Increase attack, pretty useful for a freebie champion. Revival Mandate, books to a 4-turn. Revives an ally with 50% HP and turn meter. Puts increased attack on that ally for a turn. Then activates the revived ally's default skill, targeting the enemy with the lowest HP. Interesting. So the idea is you bring up a nuker, you give them increased attack. That ally then goes after someone who's like ripe for the pickings, and they take him down. This could be really cool with Phoenix or someone like that that's got just like a crazy A1, but it's quite niche, right? It's pretty niche. You then got Sentence to Life on a 3-turn if you book it. If an enemy is killed by an ally's default skill, i.e. with this revive, it says actually after being revived by Revival Mandate, resets the cooldown of Revival Mandate. Okay, interesting. And then he's got speed in arena. So he's an arena-based champion, I guess. He's giving you a mini... It's like a mini arbiter, but gives you a bit of survivability. I don't know. I mean, it's like a turbocharged shaman, really. It's the best way to describe him. Like, the revive's very cool. Bringing up someone who can actually do work on their A1 would be pretty fun. And if you kill someone, you get it back again. You know, you could just kind of like rinse and repeat that method. Yeah, I can't see him breaking into anywhere crazy. Like any crazy teams or anything like that. But as a freebie, it's kind of half decent. If you're starting the game and you get him straight away, very good like arena boost for your team, and a kind of like dungeon boost in terms of giving you some healing and a revive. But yeah, probably more like an early to mid game champ than a late game champ. So yeah, I mean, that is going to be it for what's going on. There is this surprise finale, which I guess is going to be all to do with this kind of like content creator quiz type stuff, or whatever they called it, the content creator challenges. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think of the new champion down below, and what do you think of the relics? Which one would you go for? I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.